Let us break bread together on our knees. Let us break bread together on our knees. When I fall on my knees with my face to the rising sun, oh Lord, have mercy on me. Let us drink wine together on our knees. Let us drink wine together on our knees. When I fall on my knees with my face to the rising sun, oh Lord, have mercy on me.
Morning, everybody. Can everybody hear me well?
Yes.
I know we have some humming sound, and we were working on improving our sound system. So if you cannot hear me well, just let me know. I can ask sound person to kind of turn up the volume for you. And before I forget, quick announcement. After church, before breakfast, I want caring team. If you look at the leadership committee report, we have caring team and welcoming team. New committee, new team formed for next year. I want caring team members and welcoming team members stay so we could schedule for our first meeting in a couple of weeks. So I want welcoming team, caring team members stay just right after church briefly. Okay? So it's now certainly fall season, and I can feel it, and you can feel it. And I was sick until last Sunday. I'm better now, a lot better. But I hear some coughing and people, saying that I'm not feeling good. But thank you for coming to worship with us this morning, because I know sometimes our health does not allow. Sometimes our situation does not allow. And sometimes, your own feeling doesn't allow, right? But I think it was last Sunday, one of the church members told me that, raining, right? And then I kind of was thinking in the morning whether I want to go to church today or not. It's raining, and I don't just ask you, when the situation is not too good, try risk yourself. Don't risk yourself for yourself. But she told me, but after kind of thinking this and that, she made a decision to come to church. Well, it may not be a big decision compared to certain kind of lifetime, that kind of big moment decision. But week by week, day by day, we have to make decisions. And we have to make choices. Sometimes they don't look too big, right? It's not like a life-threatening issue. If I just skip one Sunday, does it really ruin my faith? No, right? But each day and each Sunday, we have fight going on inside of us. We have fight going on every day, actually, at workplace, on the street, shopping center, wherever you are. There's struggle and challenge and fight going on. And a lot of times we want to just keep blind eye to it. Well, one time it's fine. I can do without, right? I can go without. I'm going to be okay. But in time, one after another, if it's accumulated, piling up, actually, you'll find yourself in the wrong place later. So every day, and every week, and every month, is another opportunity to consecrate ourselves, right? And I'm so glad that you could come out to church, and hopefully we're gonna learn about what God has in store for us this morning. I want to show you a map. It's a little bit of study this morning and about Exodus. If you studied or read the story of Exodus in Exodus and also Numbers, and later after that Joshua. There are many stories there, and I'm going to just give you a quick catch up. So this is Goshen, is where, if you can remember, with Joseph, when Joseph came down, actually Joseph was here, Canaan, with his father Jacob and whole family, and Joseph came down to Egypt as a slave. You know, he was first a slave, but he became like a prime minister, second to Pharaoh. So his whole family from Canaan at that time, you know, this area, whole family came down. 70 of them, they stayed here for how many years? 430 years. How many generations? You count it, right? So many generations. So now it's time to come out of Egypt. This is part of Egypt, right? It's time to come out of Egypt. Why? Because it's God's time. It's God's timing. They have been suffering. They have been in oppression, right? So it's time to come out. Some say this is the Red Sea they crossed. Others might say this is the Red Sea they crossed. But anyhow, they crossed Red Sea, and God did miracle for them. Split the sea, and they walked like a dry ground. They crossed the Red Sea. So many people. How many of them? Can anybody have any guess? Only there was 2 censuses throughout, you know, their journey from here, Egypt, through wilderness, right? Through wilderness here and there, they go up and down. Wilderness for how many years? Any guess? 40 years. 40 years in the wilderness, and they go up here, and they are now, this is Jericho. You know the story, Jericho falling down, right? And here, they are now here. This is the Salt Sea or Dead Sea, and going up here, this is the river, Jordan River. The river Jordan is connecting the Dead Sea or Salt Sea, and up here, the Sea of Galilee. And Jordan River, compared to this Red Sea or here, this is small street. Can you go to the next screen? Well, I just Googled it, so I've not been there, okay? This is considered Jordan River when it was flooding in the season of harvest. You see it looks quite a water, but not that wide and not that big like Red Sea. If you watch the movie like The Prince of Egypt, when Moses split the water, certainly God did it for them, but when Moses split the water, so many people walk through the Red Sea, and sometimes, you know, the depiction of the scene is like, you know, see on wall of water, you see fishes or other things going around inside of the water. But this is not like that. Going back to the previous screen, and they were traveling from here, Egypt, to come out to worship God. And they actually went up here to spy on the land of Canaan land, the promised land. Well, what happened was when 12 leaders from 12 tribes, when they were elected, and then when they went into the land of Canaan and they spied on them for how many days? Any guess? 40 days. For 40 days they spied on the land of Canaan. And 12 people came back and brought 2 different news. Am I right? So one is big good news, the other is bad news. But if it's like democracy, right? You all like democracy. Who won the discussion or argument? Those who brought the bad news won the argument. Why? 10 of them brought bad news, and only 2 of them brought good news. Can anybody tell who are those 2 people?
Caleb and Joshua.
And one is Joshua, the other is Caleb. They went up there, spied on the land, when all the Israelites heard the bad news. Also with good news, people were persuaded more by the bad news. Because why? Majority of them telling the bad news than good news. What was the bad news? You know what? The land is not that good. People living there, they are tall, they are big and strong. We are like grasshopper to them. If we go into that land, what's going to happen? We're all going to die. But two people, Joshua and Caleb, said, no, it's a good land with milk and honey. And yeah, they are tall, but you know what? God gave that land to us. God gave that people to us. So if we go out, we can conquer. We can claim the land because that was promised to us by God. The people, on hearing those good news, their ear was inclined more toward the bad news. Why? It's a bigger voice. Majority of them brought bad news. Democracy. So people started complaining. You know, what's going to happen here? Are we going to all die, right? So Moses, did you bring all of us out of Egypt so we could die here? What about our children and women? Those siblings, right? And those young people, ladies, they are not strong enough. They're going to die. So God made a verdict saying, okay, you unfaithful people, disobedient people, you don't trust me. So I'm counting each day of those 40 days you spied on as a year. So you're going to be in the wilderness for 40 years until you go into the promised land. But this is the summary of the census, because they did two censuses. The first, right after they came out of Egypt, in the second year, they did census, counting only male, 20 years and above. They're considered eligible for battle, right? So they were counting only those male who are eligible for battle over 20 years and over. And they were all together from 12 tribes, excluding Levites, right? Excluding the Levites. There were 603,550. Okay, 603,000. And then later they do another census right before they cross the Jordan River. And so how many years passed? Almost 35, 36 years passed since their first census here. And now the second census tells almost the same number of people, this time 601,730 people.
Sing praise, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see.
body and your blood and your life to us so we could live our lives for your glory as you would live in this world for us. Lord, bless all of us and unite us as one for your glory and your kingdom. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Pastor, would you bless the food
Sure.
for the luncheon? Thank you. Well, let us do our closing by just the 6th verse of Amazing Grace. We've been there. How about that?
Joel, please stand. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for the food you provide us with every and each day. Gracious God, as we go to enjoy this meal with our sisters and brothers, gracious God, help us to remember those who go without enough food. So as you nourish us, Lord, through this food, help us to be strengthened in our body, mind, and soul, so we can go out and also minister to those who are in need in your spirit. Now, our Lord sends us into the world with the love of God the Father and the grace of His Son Jesus Christ and the communion of the Holy Spirit be with you all. Amen. You can go and get started.